What's up, guys? Sean here from Team Low Expectations. Got another deck profile for you. It's been a minute, but this is what I'm playing post ban list, the October ban list. It's Adamancipator. I really like this deck. It's a lot of fun. I still think Block Dragon should come to one, but we're still doing plenty without it. So I'll get right into the main deck. You play 3 of each Excavator, 3 Researcher, 3 Seeker, 3 Analyzer. Super standard, like no questions about this. Love to see them in combinations. And then for the excavation targets, we play 3 of the Crystal, 3 Guardian, 2 Supplier, 1 Tackle Crusader, 1 Revival Golem, and 1 Doki Doki. The Crystal is really nice just for the draw because you tend to go through your hand and not have much follow-up, so drawing any cards is good. And then this plus the Reborn spell is like full combo, so it's nice to max out on. Guardian is always at 3, and Supplier I cut down to 2. It's an extender in hand and an excavation target, but it takes a Guardian out of deck, so you really don't want to be resolving the second effect. But it's still nice for the hand advantage, and it's just a level 4 target. Tackle Crusader, really good, not once per turn. When it's sent to the graveyard, you can either Book of Moon a face-up monster that your opponent controls, or you can bounce a face-up spell trap, and then they can't use it that same turn. Revival Golem is just a free level 4. Send him to the graveyard. If he's sent from deck to graveyard, you can reborn him. And then Doki Doki is nice at 1 because you don't really need the 2s because I'm not on Herald, and it's just there really to grab like other 4s. So those are our excavation targets for the miners. Next are just extenders. 3 Parallel Exceed. This card's crazy in this deck. Helps chain block, helps make Dweller, helps make Granite. Just a really good card. And then 3 signs, non-once per turn, Reborn. And if you Reborn an Adamancipator, you get to stack the deck so you can guarantee your Excavates hit. 4th Reborn, and 1 Foolish. Foolish is good because if you see like any of the Reborns with it, you can just get anything you need. Or you can Foolish the Tackle Crusader if you need like spell trap removal, or say you want to out a window, you just book Tackle Crusader. And if not, this is an extender by just sending Revival Golem, and it's a free level 4. That's it for the like extenders. And again, Supplier is kind of an extender too. It's also an excavation target. That's why it was in the other pile. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 10 extenders, counting the 2 Supplier. Next are hand traps. This has been the part I've struggled with the most, but I think I'm settling on triple Ash, triple Nibiru, and triple Imperm. I feel like they just cover the most bases. I'm playing the rock deck, so you gotta play the rock. It's searchable. And for Guardians, maintenance cost, like the effect where you need to show them a card in hand. Normally you show them something you searched, like another Guardian off of Supplier, but it's really funny to show your opponent Nibiru because then they have to play around it. But yeah, and like Imperm is just for like Anaconda really. I just don't want to like hand trap them and then make Verte and me still have to play through a Dragoon. Also good for like going second against like window decks and stuff. And then our 2 Hulk targets. I mean, you can summon any of the level 2 like Researcher or Seeker if you really need it or if you want to reborn it. But Adhara's here to make Nat Beast, and then Plague Spreader is just a good level 2 tuner. He can help make sure your miners hit by using his effect in graveyard to like stack the top card of the deck. One of my favorite interactions with the deck is when you open Red Eyes Fusion, you Plague Spreader, put it back, and then activate Verte. You just flip the top card of your deck. It's Red Eyes Fusion. It's just something little. It's kind of funny. But yeah, the 2 targets, and Plague Spreader himself is 1 card Hulk combo, which is 1 card Verte, and then if you have like extenders, he can just start your play. So he's really not bad to open. And then same idea with Adhara. If you open him, you just summon him first. Unless you have the Analyzer and are going second. Then you obviously want to take the Cyber Dragon. And last 3 cards. Red Eyes Fusion, Dark Edition, Red Eyes by. Yep. Hate these cards when I'm still playing while Dragoon's legal. Because like our deck just pushes and pushes, and if we get hand trapped, we just make Verte. That's kind of a meme at this point, but it really works. On to the extra deck, 1 Fusion, and then our Synchro lineup is Nat Beast, Rat Tight, Dragite, and Crystal Wing. I was on Warlord Savage for a while, but I really think negating and destroying is really valuable this format. Like, you want to get rid of bodies. Nat Beast is like a FTK against a lot of decks, so if I set up Nat Beast and like an Omni Negate to protect him from like a Phoenix or something like that, and Dragite is an out to Dragoon real easy. So these cards are just real good utility. Going to our XZs, we have a Dweller and Gallant Granite. Dweller just shits on Drytron. So if I know I'm playing against Drytron, I'll try and set up Dweller, Nat Beast, and an Omni Negate. That way, just make sure Dweller resolves, and then they can't really play. Yeah, that does it for all of them. And next for the links. Almirage, just help to get your combos started with the Crystal or Plague Spreader. Verte, because we're making Goon. IP, because certain matchups, like Zodiac cards, my hand traps and negates don't really do enough, so you need like a spin to like remove monsters. Hulk, obviously just busted, especially in this deck. It feels at home in this deck. Like, Hulk doesn't feel broken in this deck because everything else in this deck is already pretty busted as is, so it just fits right in. Utility, Nightmare Phoenix, Unicorn, Talker, and then Appaloosa. A lot of boards, you'll just need to clear up space to go trade off your negates into a Bow Goddess like the Guardian. She's really good. I don't always end on her, but against certain decks, like, she's really strong. Like against Virtual World, for example, you just negate all the effects in hand, and just make sure you save like negate for the Quing Long in case they try and negate your Appo. But yeah, does it for the extra. And then onto the side. Honestly, I think this card should become more standard for Adamancipator side decks. D-Shifter is crazy. It conflicts with exactly 3 cards in our deck. The Signs, the Reborn, and the Plague Spreader. But aside from that, we don't need our graveyard. We're just excavating the top 5. They're not actually going to grave. So against like combo and stuff, if we hit them with this and get a turn, we can just kill them. So I think this card is really good, especially in this deck. It's one of the main cards I side in against other combo decks. The other card I side in for combo is Dark Ruler. It's kind of the same idea as like Dragon Link, whereas like if I break your board and put up my own after you used all your resources to make yours, I feel like I just kind of win that duel. So I'm always fine with Dark Ruler, and it's a good answer to the Drytron boards. You just have to play through a couple orange lights in hand at that point. When I'm going first, I just side in the Judgments. This could be a pointer, anti-spell, IO. I don't like anti-spell and IO because top decking like Signs is really good on the follow-up. But this is really just here to like beat cards like Droplet and Dark Ruler. The reason it's not a pointer is because I really don't want to look in their hand and see 2 outs to my board. It would just hurt. So I could at least open Double Judgment if I'm really good and out Dark Ruler and Droplet. And then, sorry for hitting the camera there. The thing our deck really struggles against is back row. So I have a lot of hate for back row in the side. Pank isn't like crazy back row hate, but against like Floodgate decks, he is really good. Just like if I'm not losing to a deck, I'm just losing to the Floodgate. Pank is like a great answer for that. And then triple evenly. These could probably be Lightning Storms, but I just don't own Lightning Storms right now. And again, like the deck can OTK very strongly, or easily, so giving up your battle phase kind of feels bad, but it's alright as long as we get to set up our own board afterwards. Changes I make to the list are talents. If I own them, I'd be playing them, so hopefully when the tins drop, I can pick up a playset of that, because I think drawing 2 in this deck would just be like nuts. You just draw into so many extenders. And if this video gets like a couple likes, I'm sure I'll post some test hands, but I really like the deck. It's so fun. Non-linear combos, build a board. Ideally, bare minimum, you're ending on Dragoon plus another negate. So it's like 2, and that sounds very lackluster, but like I said, that's like bare minimum, like getting hand trapped. Nut boards are like Dweller, Nat Beast, Dragoon, and if you're nice, maybe like the Crystal Wing or an Appo to go with it, or IP, like depending. But you can really just after game 1, you can just build a board to beat what you're playing against, and that's my favorite part about the deck. So that's why I wanted to show it off to you guys. Block Dragon to 1. We only have one way to search it in Gallant, so quit playing with me. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.